What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Just want to go over a few of these. Let me see. Excuse my heart, man. Right now. But I just want to talk about something today. What's the word? What's the word? Um, world been world been kind of quiet, fam. I wanted to go over a few of these Epstein files and the things that's been found and circulating. I'm very disturbed right now. The main reason I am disturbed is because um uh there's rappers and it's rappers and singers out here with billions and billions of views talking a bunch of nonsense, right? And no, we don't have all the files, but what has been yeah, what's the word? What's the word? How y'all doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Uh what has been yeah, man, like it's over, it's people on here with billions and billions of views. Uh this stuff is very serious. Um I remember as a child, let me see if I can actually pull this up. I'm actually going, like I say, I'm actually go inside the video here in just a second, right? Of everything that was said. Uh, how y'all doing? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, y'all remember this? Like, I don't know if y'all remember this type of stuff. All right, let me show y'all some. But like stuff like that used to be like kids. It used to be like kids back then. They used to be like on milk cartons, right? They used to be missing. Yeah, those kids used to be missing. Now we don't know like what actually happened to those kids. Some of those kids could be some of those kids. Uh, could have been some of those kids that was probably in pictures with some of these elite men. Anything. Um, I don't believe all of them was unalived off. I do believe a lot of them was prostituted, sold off, abused, beaten, all type of stuff. A lot. Yes, I do believe. Yes, a lot of them were probably unalive. Some of them probably here today don't know who they are. Probably lost in the world somewhere. This is what we dealing with. When I was a kid, we also used to get little postcards in the mail with kids missing. It used to be like blue and white, right? And then of course, you always got you know, your normal, just always your kids missing, on papers and flyers and things like that. So just understand that it's a very sick world out here. Um, what's that? What can I get a mod? What's that? I never been one. For sure, for sure. Oh, you talking about a moderator for sure? Yeah, I guess whenever I learn how to do that, I really don't know too much about that. I just really want pretty much to go inside these Epstein's file. But yeah, we could talk about that when we done. That's cool. So yeah, like I said, I was just been very disturbed how like a lot of this is going on. I don't know. I will say this: distractions are real. Distractions are real, right? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, so distractions are real. We are supposed to be in like some type of war, right? Supposedly. It says that Trump is on the list, right? Of course, that hasn't came out yet fully, but we suspect that, right? What's going on? Cool. So, with that being said, like I said, we're gonna get into some of these letters that was found, that was heard. It's very disgusting. Goes all the way back to how we talked about the Pizzagate. Um, talked about the Pizzagate, right? A lot of those things was found in videos. That being way of Justin Bieber. So, like I said, we just gonna overhear some of these things and go through them, translate pretty much what they say.
To all the tush pushes. To the parlays we hit. Here's the one last ride.
New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
Did you know that the government has been known to seize homes for as little as $400 in unpaid taxes? They do this through tax liens and tax deeds. According
whether or not they prove them right, or whether we still need answers. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
All right, so as you can see, your boy right there, it's your boy Epstein, with some little young chick, right? With some little young chick, like this the world we grew up in. And the crazy part is, like I said, we don't care. I'm at the. It was also a clip I seen earlier. I'm gonna see if I can find it real fast. It was some dude that was literally yelling. I think he was in the what you call it, the airport, and he was screaming at people, telling them basically like, why is y'all acting normal? And the Epstein files has just been released, right? How y'all doing? Let me see. If not, I'll probably have to find it later.
Not gonna say it's
Yeah, there's some very sick stuff, bro. Shout outs to everybody that's watching and coming in. Trying to give it a little more time to warm up and come on through. Huh? What's up, bro? That's why I catch y'all glad. Yeah, man. What's the word, bro? I was just talking about these little Epstein files right quick, bro. That's all. It ain't too much, nephew. Just seeing what's going on with the world, why the world's so quiet. You know, it just don't make no sense right now. All right. Yeah, the world's super quiet right now. So I'll try to find it later on, but let's go ahead and keep on.
in these stories, I'm constantly reminded about the danger out there. You know what one danger is? That strangers can find and use anything about your private life. You have your name, your phone number, your address. It's all out there, which is why I want to tell all of you out there, this is a way to keep your data safe online. I got to tell you about our sponsor, Incognito. Okay, we track down all of those old posts and search sites that's exposing your information, and then they demand its removal. Look, I was shocked. Turns out databases had all my information, and within days, Incognito was taking it all down. Setup is simple. You just create an account. Incognito is going to do the rest. Plus, this will personally go to incognito.com. For as long as I can remember, the name Jeffrey Epstein, there have always been theories surrounding him. The notorious convicted pedophile and accused child sex trafficker. But now, in the wake of millions of pages of documents being released as part of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which required the DOJ to turn over essentially all the Epstein investigation materials in its possession, now we have to ask, was there any truth to those theories? Because let me tell you, this document dump, It provides new clues, new context, new connections, and I'm going to say we got a lot more details. So from everything to whether Epstein was murdered, to whether people were exposed, to even Pizzagate. You remember that one? I'm going to tackle those theories and see if an evaluation of the materials actually proves them right or adds support. So I want to start with the idea, this is the big one, that the Epstein files are going to name names, right? Going to spill secrets. I mean, yeah. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying
Yeah, it's
that
wild, bro.
should be enough evidence to actually prosecute somebody for a state or federal
Yeah, it's
crime,
wild.
let alone make the accusation that somebody was involved in criminal activity or knew about what Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell were up to. I can't say that. And just because someone is mentioned in the files doesn't mean they committed a crime or knew about it. But I will tell you, you want to talk about exposing? You want to talk about secrets? My gosh, was this embarrassing? Yeah, it exposed people in a whole new way. Can we start with
A whole new way. It exposed people, fam, in a whole new way. In a whole new way. Like, these be the looks right here. These be your average looks right here. These be your average everyday looks right here. You will never know. I promise you. This nigga look like he work out all day. These be your average everyday looking citizens. You walk past these people every day, fam. I'm telling you. You walk past them every day.
Atia? This was a bombshell. So Atia, the anti-aging influencer, you've probably seen him a lot on social media, recently appointed contributor at CBS News. He was mentioned almost 2,000 times.
Mentioned almost 2,000 times.
In the newly released files, specifically emails between him and Epstein from 2015 to 2018. And I'm not going to lie, they're bad.
Straight up. Oh, that's Andrew Tate Peoples. That's Andrew Tate. Let me know. That's Andrew Tate Peoples. I don't know. I don't be knowing these cats. Put me on game. That's nephew. That's Andrew Tate Peoples, dog. Let's see where we at.
One email to
It's indeed low carb, still awaiting results on gluten.
Epstein in February of 2016 that a woman's private part is, quote, low carb.
Damn, look at that. So that's supposed to be one of the things, right? So I guess that's supposed to be like I guess that's how they speaking in code. So yeah, so Brody say her vajayjay is low carb, still waiting on results on gluten content though. Look how they talking, bro. Hey, I give it up to them though. At least they tried. At least they wasn't. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's bad, but fam, like they literally like wow, like for real, like these niggas got codes for this, bro. Like this is a code. This is secret. Like something going on. Like wow, that's crazy. What?
And adding, still awaiting results on gluten content, though. How about this email, dated June 24th, 2015?
We got another one, June 24th, 2015, same cat. You the biggest problem with becoming friends with you. The life of you lead is so outrageous, and yet I can't tell a soul. Hold on, what? So dude Peter is telling Jeffrey Epstein, you the biggest problem with becoming friends with you. The life you lead is so outrageous, and yet I can't tell a soul. Yeah, you better not tell nobody.
The subject line, got a fresh shipment, where Atia seemingly writes, the biggest problem with becoming friends with you?
Oh, we missed that. And then he said I got a big shipment. Man say I got a big shipment. Man. Yo, what's going on, fam?
The life you
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Like right now, like do we not do nothing? Like, do we not do nothing? Do we just sit around? Do we just like keep letting this happen? Do we keep buying their clothes? Do we keep going to the voting polls at this point? Like, what do we do? Like, what do we do, fam? Like, do we just let them keep doing this? Like, I don't get it. Like, even in your constitution, like it says that we really control. Like, honestly, we do. We really hold the power. You feel me? Um, it'll take some true soul searching for everybody to realize that, fam, that you really allowing like literally a 2% of people to control you. Like, could you just imagine that if everybody in the world just stopped functioning and stopped giving a fuck what the government is talking about? Could you just imagine that? How much wonders that'll do, right? Like, dude, like, are we just gonna act like this ain't happening? Is this gonna be just another event where just something that's just talked about that's just gonna pass away? Yeah, it's bad, fam. Hold on, let me get my cup real quick. Hold on, it's bad, bro. It's bad. Nah, for real, it's bad, bro. It's bad, bro. Like, you don't just sit around. Like like it's a lot of kids that came up missing. Like, literally, fam, I was born in the 90s, like literally 91. Like, I remember the milk cartons, I remember the like I say, the little paper things that was coming in the mail. It was a lot of kids that came, like you was getting these things in the mail almost every day, 2, 3 times, 4, maybe whole 7 days, like 6 days a week. You was getting cards in the mail about little kids missing, fam. Like, literally, like that was like literally scary. Like, snatching was, I know for a fact, snatching kids was a thing coming up. Snatching kids was a thing coming up. Yeah, fam. That's what we gonna have to do. We gonna have to shut, like, we gonna have to. We gonna have to. It's too much going on. And then they steady creating distractions. I'm gonna tell you like this, fam. Like, they will go at all costs not to lose their power. They would destroy themselves before they hand that power over. They'll destroy this country just like that. Like, it's weird. There is an obsession. There's a mad obsession with us, fam. Ah, man, this bad, bro. This is bad. And it's like everybody, like dude said, everybody's acting normal. Like, I'm really at a loss for words because it's like don't nobody care. At this point, you can't even blame. Like, honestly, you can't even blame nobody for keeping us down because we the ones that's keeping us down. We got all the power in the world right now to say forget these folks. It's already out there that we don't need them. They need us. It's already out there. The fact that everybody knows that they listen, it is not a new thing now. It is more discovered and it is more widely seen that these people need us and we don't need them. So at what point do you take accountability as a people and say, we the ones that's keeping ourselves down? Like, I call this pleasures of Rome.
Outrageous, and yet I can't tell a soul. It's kind of chilling when you think about Epstein and the fact that he was brought up on federal sex trafficking charges, accused of abusing minors for years.
So Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested for alleged ex trafficking for underage girls. The charge conduct occurred in New York City and Palm Beach, Florida. Recognized for persons filled make with victim,
Now, I
FBI.
will be clear, Atia wrote me a long response on X, which reads in part, reading that exchange now is very embarrassing, and I will not defend it. I'm ashamed of myself for everything about it.
So dude sent back and said, I respond with crude, tasteless banner. Reading that exchange now was embarrassing, and I will not defend it. I'm ashamed of myself for everything about this. This time I understood this exchange as juvenile, not as reference to anything dark and harmful. Yeah, okay, cover your ass if you want to. Cover your ass if you want to. Let's keep going.
At the time, I understood this exchange as juvenile, not a reference to anything dark or harmful. He also added that he didn't participate in any criminal activity.
So this cat right here.
As to anything dark or harmful. He also added that he didn't participate.
So this cat right here, who 3 letters we basically just read say he had nothing to do with nothing and he feels ashamed. Basically, at what he was saying in the letters. Now, here's the thing. If you didn't say anything wrong, why would you feel ashamed about what you said? Like, if I had nothing to do with this, especially with a high-profile case like this, right? This guy right here. With a high-profile case that's going on right now, they can land people in jails for their lives, possibly get them unalive because they may know too much, right? If you didn't have nothing to do with this, you would elaborate it on those text messages that you sent. And when you would elaborate, and as you elaborated on those text messages that you would have sent, you know, you could have cleared your name up, and we'd be sitting here right now like, oh, okay, they make sense. You know, that's what he's talking about. But clearly, because you did not elaborate on those messages at a time like this, cover-ups and cold talking, piece of gates and things like that, it just gives it away in just what it is. You just don't elaborate and then only say I feel bad, you know, for what I sent. You know, no, you don't get off like that. That ain't how this works. I did the math, 16K a year per work. If Amazon just profit, sure have. Yep, Amazon. You don't want to profit, sure want to have. We need a nerdy guy.
Criminal activity, that he never was on his plane, never on his island, never present at any.
Dude say he was never on a plane, never on an island. He was never present at none of them sex parties. Yeah, okay.
Parties. Right now, at the time of this recording, he has stepped down from his role.
Stepped down from his role. He has stepped down from his role. If you have never did anything wrong, right? It's a reason why you step down. Them text messages is enough to make you step down. Don't nobody step down from them roles like that. Usually, just like in corporate phrases, corporate offices, right? They make when scandals is going down, right? Let's say like money laundering or stealing from a company. Let's say like your biggest some of your biggest top bosses, union reps and union ladies, anybody. Let's say anybody is yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing, right. Step down, but ain't got nothing to do with it, right? And so let's say some of your biggest people found, commit, like I say, some type of fraud, especially with dealing with a lot of money, right? That's what they would usually do. Like they would not let the employees know. They would not and let the employees know. You'll just see a bunch of people stepping down quietly. You feel me? You might get a huge paycheck out the blue. You know what I'm saying? You just never know why. But that's just how this works. And so what y'all gotta understand is, I don't know how long this been going on, but I'm pretty sure this been going on for some decades. It's probably been going on for a long time. I'm gonna have to check to see that out, right? So what y'all just gotta realize is that it's probably some folks that's already unalived. I ain't gonna say not like that, like that's just been unalive, but probably died since this stuff didn't happen. So they probably won't, can't nothing happen to them. No, they dead. So my point exactly is this, right? Those files, if those files are very long and we suspect what we suspect, The whole America should come down after that. This is why I believe those files may not get released fully, right? If they get released, oh man, thank God. You feel me? But here's what you gotta understand, right? Like those files are key. Yeah. The coup happened in 1963. So it's been going on since 1963. See what I'm saying? So peep game. So peep game, right? You gotta understand like what's at stake here. You gotta understand what's at stake here. So if them files get released and we suspect what we all been suspecting, the whole America got to come down. The whole America got to get shut down. The whole America. Listen, 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 listen. It's an embarrassment to be up under these people. There is no way you can listen. There's sex offenders all around you, right? You will never know unless you actually go on the website and look it up. You would never know. You can never say nothing about them until we do something about them. That's basically where I'm at with it. Like, that's just how I'm furthering this all the way around with it. If them files ever do come out, and like I say, we just even what we got now, we know what it is. But if they was to ever come out, man, you ain't got nothing to say about the ex-offender around the corner. Everybody need to be burning this place down. Everybody need to be revolting. Everybody need to not be buying. Dog, we need to be figuring out something because these are our leaders. These are the people who lives, right? Who we got in our hands. These are the people that are garnishing our checks, right? These are the people that say what we can eat, what we can't eat. These are the people. These are some powerful people, right? So our governors, our judges, our presidents, our politicians, movie stars, whatever, all these people that folks that these humans idolize, right? Ex-offenders. I can't have it over me, fam. This whole country just sick. That's an embarrassment to even be attached to something like this. Birds of a feather flock together. Like I can't roll like that, bro. Whole country just got to get threw away. Hold on.
As chief science officer at the snack bar company David Protein, there was also reporting that a 60-minute segment that he was featured on.
Lot of high people.
But at the time of this recording, no word yet on the future.
A lot of high people into this.
With CBS. How about New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch exchanging emails?
New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. This cat involved with it too. New York Giants owner Steve Kish, right? He involved in it. Yeah. Yeah. I got a cousin that got done that way. Yup. That's crazy. That's the most craziest thing to that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, like to have to really use the bathroom and do that before you know it, the police pulling up on you and now you got a jacket on you. You know, and I don't and certain I guess in certain states it's different. So I think down here you can't do it like well, you can't do it for real. Like I guess if I guess somebody can lie on you and possibly say some little kids around and seen you do it, then that's just a he say she say thing. But they got you on camera and you doing it around like schools and stuff like that, like they get you for that. Yeah, there you go. You can't do nothing. Listen, my homeboy had made an AI video of an animal, and the animal was like, I would like to become human, but I'm limited to abilities, So basically, like, animals just walk around freely. Once you become human, like you say, you can't collect rainwater, you can't pee behind a tree, None of that. So are we really free? Or animals really freer than us? Or are we really free like we think we are? You feel what I'm saying, bro? Like this, like this has to go down. Like if you want this, if you tired of this, you got to pray that this go down. I don't know what's holding on to this place. I don't know what's going on, but all I can tell you is something. This place just can't. This place cannot continue to prosper. It just can't continue on, and nothing happens. Listen, let me tell you like this. The only way that this place can continue on and nothing happens, that just tells you something about us. That just tell you something about, that just tell you something. Everything that didn't happen all the way up to now, we talking about to the conquering and slavery and all that, whether you believe in the slave ships or not, all the way up to now to these Epstein files, to everything that happened in history, to cover up with churches and all that type of stuff. Everything into one, right? Like, if this place just continues to go on and prosper, right, that tells you something about us as ourselves. We allowed this to happen. We too comfortable. We don't care. All we care is about ourselves. As long as they cutting that paycheck, right? As long as we feeding our families, getting that EBT card, you know, boom. You know what I'm saying? We straight. Slaves, my family been poor. I don't have begotten white guilt. That's freedom. Yeah. Yeah. Like, we all should be free right now, fam. Everybody not free like how they think they are. Everybody is not free like how they think they are, right? And then, that's just another topic right there. I'm going to talk about, say that for later. But we can't allow this to keep going on. We can't. And then, because at that point also, too, it's like a bully up in school, right? It's like a bully up in school. A bully is going to only keep bullying you only if you allow him to bully, right? Even like in jail and prison sometimes, it's best you fight back. That's how you get your respect. You don't fight back, you know, it's an issue. You know, you get labeled, you know, what it is. For you know what you're checking out in the PC. You get more respect if you fight back, you know. So, again, them doing this, fam, if they continuously can do things like this and get away with it, they can just feel like they can do whatever with us. At this point, they should just be able to come inside the crib and snatch your kids up, and you ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, for whatever reason.
About women.
I'm just saying, at this point, if we don't do something, like, they gonna feel like they could just do whatever with us, and I'm not down with that. You shouldn't be down with that either. Some gotta give. Some gotta give. I ain't cool with none of this. I ain't cool with none of this.
One where Tish allegedly talks about a, quote, Ukrainian girl.
We got another stamp right here. Somebody talking about some Ukrainian girl. I'm just saying, though. This somebody's daughter. You never know. This somebody's daughter. Y'all remember the movies? I don't know if y'all remember the movies called Taken, right? Divide and conquer. We need the limiting to waking up. Good work and productivity and compensation graph. For sure, fam. That's exactly what they own. Divide and conquer, right? And so, Ukrainian girl. Remember, this somebody's daughter. This somebody's daughter, fam, at the end of the day. Nobody is born on this earth without a father and a mother. So, when we referencing these human beings, this is somebody's daughters, maybe somebody's sons, whoever. This is what's going on, right?
We called, quote,
Okay, so this is your NFL. This is the NFL guy from the Giants, right? I believe this, yeah, Steve Tisch, right? So this Steve Tisch, this is his receipt. This is Steve Tisch's receipt. He said, I just had lunch with your assisted friend who I met at your house, wedding, morning, very sweet girl. Do you know anything about her, right? And so, you know, these is your stars, right? And then, not only that, what gives it away the most is we're talking about files on top of files and messages on top of messages that sound just like this. And in regards, we just read a past messages from the other guy, right? The little bald head guy, like you say, look like the Tate guy. And so it's a lot of these, and we ain't even what they say. We got half of them, not even half of them. Yeah, it's something going on, fam. It's something real nasty going on. It's something real nasty, and these ain't my leaders. These ain't my forefathers. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Like, we can hurt their pockets right now. All we got to do is just stop. All we got to do is just stop. Y'all don't understand how much people love this place. Y'all really don't understand how many people love this place. We have become too dependent on devils. And that's the sick part about us. We have become too dependent on devils. All we got to do is stop right now.
Very sweet girl. Epstein replying she has a quote.
This Epstein replying right back. This is what these messages look like, fam. It's what they look like. Jeffrey Epstein. Like, I guess they thought they wasn't gonna never get caught. Right? No, but I will ask all confidential. I will get all info. Did you contract the great fake, whatever? She's a character, short term, has an older boyfriend, going to acting school, a 10. I don't know what that means. I am happy to have you as a new but obviously shared interest friend. Let's see what they're talking about.
Is a character, and that he would get, quote, all info on her. Now, Tish wrote that he was, quote, curious to know about her and asked Epstein if she's a pro or civilian.
So, New York Giants cat dude, right? Steve Tish. He want to know if homegirl is a pro or civilian. Come on now, we know what that means. This your New York Giants head guy. This is a receipt. This is what receipts look like. I already know, King. I do got to change that smoke detector. Yeah, this is what receipts look like. Like, this bad, right? I don't know if he stepped down yet, but I'm pretty sure he'll be stepping down soon. I don't really do too much watch football, right? But he want to know if she a pro or a civilian. So I'm guessing in hood terms, if she a pro, or she a peon. She lame with it. She ain't really experienced. She is civilian. She ain't really that experienced. That's what civilian mean. But pro, we talking about somebody that, been dancing on that pole for years. You somebody that know what they doing. Superhead. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Come on, man. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with it if it wasn't no little girls going on or no ex trafficking going on. People got lives. It's people out here that got lives. That's and people every day send text messages, wild text messages. But when we talking about ex trafficking little girls and stuff like that and little kids, then it becomes an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get too much involved in people's personal lives, but when it comes to kidnappings and all this type of weird stuff, yeah, this stuff got to get exposed. It's some dark stuff right here. This ain't cool, fam. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And people also got to understand this too. This is what I'm learning through life, right? This is what I'm learning through life. This is just what it is. And this is just what it always should be. When you're in a high position, you're in a high position for a reason. You got to carry yourself in a high position. It's like religious leaders, imams and pastors. They got to carry themselves a certain way, right? Once you reach a certain level and limit, you can't do, right? You can't do what the average person does because that will affect your character. It'll affect your bank account, everything. You can't do certain things, right? Like I said, for me, like a regular person, right? Like let's just say this didn't have nothing to do with no young people, right? Or no ex trafficking, nothing harmful, right? Let's just say it didn't have nothing to do with that, right? And let's just say this little message right here is she a pro or she a civilian, right? Let's just say this had nothing to do with ex trafficking. We know we blacks, no matter, we know how we text people. She a pro. She don't know what she doing, right? So let's say you text that to your friend. You can do that, right? Let's say your text message get exposed. Nobody's gonna really trip off you sending that text message, right? As long as it ain't got nothing to do with no funny business, right? But even though, like, let's say this Steve Tish cat, he send that message off and this message get exposed and it got nothing to do with no funny business. It'll still be a problem because of the high position that he in. Nothing like this is supposed to be ever exposed about this person, or even this person is supposed to be saying anything like this, right? Unfortunately, it really shouldn't even be like that. Even a person of low average stature, so-called low average stature, should still carry himself like he's on a high level. This is how I live my life still. Like you should still like even though I'm not the Pope, but I walk around like I am the Pope. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I'm not teaching on live, but I still walk around like I am teaching on live. As far as carrying myself, how I would carry myself on a live teaching or something, you can't. You got to be the same person on camera and off camera. Is basically what I'm saying. And so, with that being said, um, you got to carry yourself a certain way all through life, no matter who you are. You feel what I'm saying? No matter who you are. Always be a gentleman, always be a lady about things. You feel me? And you got to know who to trust, right? You got to know who to trust. You got to know who you texting. Like texting is a very dangerous thing. Like phones are the most dangerous thing they could ever put our hands, right? Uh, and this is what it is. Technology. It's too much. It's too easily tracked. And thank God you can, because if not, we wouldn't have these sickos where they at today. Was it planned for it to last this long for them to get caught? I don't know. Probably was. One thing I've always learned, they always try to like put people in the forefront to get other things off other people when they be the main ones. You know how they go. Wait, no good. I am up for a study. 2015 space is bogus. What'd you say? Law. What if a reptile developed intelligence and saved themselves from the dinosaur extinction? Dun dun dun. Less crazy than flat Earth. Oh man, I don't know. Could be right. I ain't never heard nothing like that. That's crazy.
And Epstein actually replied that he doesn't, quote, like record.
So people Epstein just said, he said he don't like records of these conversations. I bet you don't. Jeffrey Epstein, 4/26/2013 at 7:26 p.m. Send me a number to call. I don't like records of these conversations. That's what I'm just talking about, right? Like they gotta get like what they gotta do is when it come to phone calls, they gotta get a certain type of okay and to tap your phones, right? Once it's in a text message, it's in a text message. Ain't nothing you can do around that. Like once it's on file, just like how it's linked right there, it's linked, right? That's what we dealing with. Shout outs, peace. What's up with it?
Now, Tish apparently asked Epstein in another email about a different woman, is she fun? With Epstein replying, she is a civilian.
Look at that right there. So we got
rarely tells the full.
So my bad. So I don't know if I was how much I heard, but basically what I was saying was, so like we said last time, they talked about homegirl being a pro or a civilian. So like we say, we know civilian just means amateur. So Steve Tish is talking to Epstein about this Russian girl being an amateur, right? And rarely tells the truth, but she is fun. So she's a Russian amateur girl. She's very fun. Bless that girl's heart, whoever she was. Um, to the ones that freely gave their bodies up, no remorse, not at all. You deserve whatever they get. This prostitution is both ways wrong. But to those that was forced, stolen, taken, abused, I pray for them. I pray everything comes out. I pray these people, parents get justice, whichever way. Because like I say, this is all messy, fam. I don't too much have fully all the information on it. I just so happened to come across it today. And when I was able to watch all 28 minutes of it, it was just very mind-blowing and shocking. And again, like people literally is probably out right now at the clubs, not giving two F's about it because it's not their kids, it didn't happen to them. It's probably not big enough or as controversial because Donald Trump's name hasn't appeared up in it yet. I guarantee you can bet $1 million. This, like I said, this is the issue I'm having, right? You can feel, right? You can feel when there's high tension and intensity with something, fam. And it's not up right now. But I guarantee you, let somebody's name come out, right? Let somebody's name come out like a Trump. The first unreleased video that Trump name is on these papers is gonna reach at least 500 million views within 24 hours. It'll be at 1 billion within the week. You can bet that. Yeah, Trump name come out. The first airing on it, it's gonna reach 1 billion within 1 billion within 2 or 3 days. 500 million within the first. I don't believe nobody major has really came out. This is why it's really, nobody's really tripping off of Steve Tish or any other 2 or 3 cats. Like nobody really cares, and wish they should care because it was damage done. Like it doesn't matter if it's this big of a person or this big of a person. At the end of the day, harm has been done to children. Like it's showing the sickness right now. I'm telling y'all, it's showing the sickness. The only reason why nobody's really tripping is because there hasn't really been a big name. They want a Trump, some Jay-Z's. They want some O'Diddy's. Like, people are very controversial, fam. They looking for something very controversial, right?
Truth, but fun. I gotta say, this one's pretty striking. Regarding Tish meeting up with a woman, Epstein writes to him, "You did very well. She is a little freaked by the age."
So this is what Jeffrey Epstein, right? From Jeffrey Epstein to Steve Tish, he writes, "Report just in, you did very well. She wants to go to the play. She is a little freaky by the age. Difference, but go slow and wait. I would try to convince her not to return to Ukraine. Having her crying worked." So this still about that little the little civilian chick that they call civilian, right? So he gonna try to convince her not to go back to Ukraine. Something about crying. Say she is a little freaked by the age. So I think she's freaked out by his age, right? His age difference, right? So he's telling Steve Tish to go slow on the Ukrainian girl because she's freaked out about his age, right? So you did very well. Yeah, there's some sick, weird stuff, fam. Can't get this past me. I clearly understand and know what's going on and what's being said. Pro means Illuminati, got it. Remember Gabrielle 2009, she was screaming they're eating people and then disappeared. Pizzagate was real, man. Let that sink in. Yeah, most definitely. Like I say, man, I think your boy Justin Bieber had like a big old I think he had a rap video when they was at the table about the Pizzagate stuff. Yeah.
Appeared to be emailing with a woman that Epstein had seemingly introduced him to, with him writing to her, "Jeffrey Epstein is very excited about you and I meeting each other. I like that idea. Do you?" And apparently there were other emails where Tish allegedly invited Epstein to a Giants game, and Epstein inviting Tish to his private island. Now Tish has responded to this. For example, he said in a statement to CBS News, "We had a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, and in addition, we discussed movies, philanthropy, and investments. I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island."
First off, let me tell y'all something about this word right here. Let me teach y'all something. About this word right here. This word right here, philanthropy. Yeah, look this word up. Yeah, this something right here humans ain't. Yeah, I don't even understand how this word even coming out some sicko mouths like that. Like this, like you know what philanthropy is? Philanthropy is a person that like basically devotes his life to charity. Like this person devotes his life to helping people. Like you don't have to ask him. This person is not the type of person that only helps you. Like you have to be down for him to help you. Like this person is just a giver, right? Not a receiver. Like look up the word philanthropy. That's a very deep word for any human being to call themselves. Any human being call themselves that, you better check them. Like straight up. Like how like philanthropy was like basically, if you don't think about the Bible, that was the mission of the apostles. Like how Jesus told them to go heal the sick, cure the pure, visit those that was in prisons, stuff like that. Like that's all philanthropy acts like, all attributed to charity, right? It's like just like I say, a person devoting themselves to the charity of people. Like, no, bro, that ain't what's going on over there. Real talk. It's also inside of one of my ancient teachings, right? That's how I know. Like, because what happened was, in the book, Peter said that a mother, right? He asked like, is a mother considered philanthropist? And Peter said, no. A mother is only helping out her children because those are her children. It doesn't make her philanthropist, right? A person that's philanthropist is going to help out those that are his children, those that are not his children, those that are not children. You know, like I said, it's just not a person that's gonna help you out. Oh, I see. Oh, he on the streets begging. Here go $5. You know, like I say, this person waking up and making it their duty to go visit prisoners, to go and help people that's less fortunate, to go pass out blankets and canned goods and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, really out here doing that. You know, really out here doing that. All right. And ain't doing it for views and likes either.
I'll now know he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with. But there's more. Like, how about this photo of director Brett Ratner sitting
This shit here, man.
on a couch hugging a woman sitting next to
This shit here, man. It's Jeffrey Epstein, and that's the other cat. And I guess they got the little chick blocked out, fam. Like, tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. When you at a high profile status like that, there has to be something going on. Why there has to be something going on? They have a lot of money. It's like drugs. It starts off a little bit, right? Or it's like oil. You drop some oil on the window and smear it and see what happens and see if you clear it. It's not gonna clear it, right? So it's the same way with these folks. That smear just turned into it just covered the whole glass. Then went nowhere. They smeared they sin. So with that being said, drugs, right? You get that first high, and then you continuously want that high. So it's the same way with them. They got money. They get away with it the first time, get away with it the second time, get away with it the third time, and then they just keep on going. And then the more funds they accumulate, before you know it, it's just an outbreak. It's just an outbreak. It's just a cesspool. The crowd goes wild. It just gets crazy after this point, right? No telling what type of things they had these people into. They probably had these girls get manured on, peed on. They probably had them do bestiality. Listen, I'm sorry to have to put your mind, but I'm gonna tell you just like this. If it was going on for that long, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Nothing went undone. Everything that you can possibly think of happened. 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 Guarantee it was women on women involved. I know it was some women involved. Why? The world, talented, good seeks power, talented, evil seeks power, right? Evil would cheat and therefore win initially. Yeah, real talk.
Jeffrey Epstein, her face has been redacted out. Ratner, though, came out, said that this was his fiancée from 20 years ago.
Mans tried to say that was his fiance from 20 years ago. Mans just lied and tried to say that was his fiance from 20 years ago, right? So I'm pretty sure they don't. So what they would have to do is they would have to find this girl, whoever she is in this picture, if she's still alive, if she can be tracked. But we do see that a lot of women, right? We do see that they got women that are from overseas, right? So it'd be actually a little hard to track these women from overseas if they are still alive, right? If they ain't buried somewhere or chained up somewhere, right? They would have to maybe see this and come forward or anything like that. It's going to be hard to track, especially, like you said, this picture was 20 years ago, right? So they would have to track somebody down from 20 years ago overseas. If they still alive, if they not old, got dementia, if some of these people I would be surprised, right? I wouldn't be surprised if while all this was going on, they got some army forces finding folks in these countries and unaliving them so they can't come forth and tell. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. They probably got some people out there looking for these victims so they can't come forth and tell nothing. Guaranteed that, fam. I'm guaranteed that. If it is some survivors out there, which I'm pretty sure it's always survivors. This just ain't no movie. They was just that thorough enough, that sick enough to unalive all their victims. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm pretty sure they got some folks out there searching. You heard me?
Reportedly told the Wall Street Journal back in 20.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some sick stuff, fam. I pretty much
For all the tush pushes. To the parlays we hit. Here's the one last ride.
New customers bet $5 and get 200 in bonus bets if you win.
Yeah, I pretty much just wanted to look inside of this and see what was pretty much going on.
Here are 3 simple ways.
But I can pretty much see it now. It's like I say, even this cat right here, like this was going on. This is what I can see. This is what I clearly see was going on. You see this? This is another face. This is why nobody's tripping right now. This is why nobody's tripping, in which people should be tripping. But nobody's tripping right now because there has been no major faces, right? This how you know. I'm just a loss of words. I feel like they know what they doing. Yeah, I'm finna get out like we just don't care. Like we just don't care. Like I say, it's gonna take, mind you what I said, like I'm finna get off this fam. It's gonna take for somebody to come out with a real face. Somebody that's big amongst the community, that's a household name. That's what it's gonna have to take. It's gonna have to take for a household name to come out. Like I said, a Trump, another Jay-Z, uh, I mean, because even Jeffrey Epstein, right? Yeah, it's gonna take for a Trump. Ain't nobody gonna care unless Trump name come out. That's all it's gonna take. If we don't get Trump name to come out, nobody gonna trip. Because you got to think about it. Yeah, like you got to think about it. Bill Clinton, let's say even a George Bush, anybody like nobody's going to care because a lot of them people are out the way. They're not presidents no more. They're halfway dead. Especially Negroes. Negroes don't care about none of them people. Like Negroes right now, they want to hear Trump. The world want to hear Trump. U.S. is the only place not punishing people in the Epstein files. Yeah. Yeah. If we was to push it, they'd start arresting. They'll start. We not pushing nothing. We not even giving no reaction for real. Right now it's just the awe. It's kind of, them ain't nobody. Nah, fam. They still did it. Yeah. Too many races. Yeah. U.S. is no. Yeah. I don't see no familiar faces on this. That's just what's sickening me out. Yeah. And so, man, like I said, man, I love y'all. I'm finna go ahead and get up off of this. I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna do some more research on this. But like I said, I pretty much see what's going on. I see it. So we ain't, you know, it's like we got it. It's like we the feds too. You know, we waiting on the major bus. We got them. We got the little guys. We need the big guys too. You know, so y'all be easy. Love y'all.